So yeah, in this podcast, man, I don't know if my connection's that good. But anyways, I'm gonna just go. Yeah, so in this podcast, I want to talk about people that, maybe they don't have any special talents. I'm sure everyone has talents. Maybe they're unaware of what they're good at or what they could be good at, and they look at other people as their way out of the hood, their escape ticket, you know what I mean? They try to just latch on to whatever's around them so that they could get themselves out. Like one, that's an indication that you don't believe in yourself. And that's why you feel like you have to do that. And two, it's like, yo, what are you going to do when the people that you're trying to latch onto don't care about helping you as much as you expect them to care about your situation? You know what I mean? So, like, just because someone's good at something, right? Or just because someone has the potential to be famous, just because someone has potential to make a lot of money and you just so happen to know them, or you just so happen to fucking sit next to them and when you were in second grade, don't think that that is going to mean enough for them to the point where now they're successful and they take you with them, right? Because what people do for you is all dependent on what they want to do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody that does things for you because they're under obligation. You know what I'm saying? Like, when people are kind, when people give you a favor, when people return a favor, you know what I mean? So, like, you can't like go on like hoping that, you know what I'm saying? Well, you could if you want to, but you'll be disappointed if you're like expecting someone that has way more potential than you to just look out and put you on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. We live in a world where it's like we're all waiting on someone to put us on, to put us out there, and you got to realize, yo, it's your dream. It's your destiny. You know what I mean? Like, if you think someone's going to care about your dream, about what you want to accomplish as much as you know what I'm saying? It's not supposed to mean as much as to other people as it would to you, because you're not on the same path, They have their own struggles. They have their own, you know what I mean? They're going through stuff. They probably don't even have time to be empathetic towards your situation and what you're going through because they got their own burdens to carry, So I don't know. I just remember I had a conversation with a person and he was like, yeah, if I make it before you, I'll come back and I'll put you on. And he was like, oh yeah. And I would hope that the feeling's mutual. I would hope that, if you make it before me, that you would come put me on, But I could hear it in his voice. Like, he was really hoping that I would be considerate, that I would do that I would, what I mean? The thing is, it would just ruin the person's day if I'm like massively successful and I don't come back for anybody. Like, then what? You know what I mean? Like, and then here's what people do. Then they spend their time being bitter and mad because you think someone owes you something, and it's just wasted energy. Like, the time you spend being bitter, it's like, yo, you could spend that time figuring out what your game plan is and what you want to do and how you're going to do it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. So sometimes people don't care as much as they could, sometimes people don't love as much as they could. Sometimes people don't, but that's just how it is sometimes. Some people are going to be kind. Some people are not. Some people are going to be there for you. Some people are not. Some people, like, they'll always remember the little things you did for them. Some people will quickly forget, and, as a society, we're just so stuck on the people that are not like the people that are not considerate. We're stuck on wishing they were considerate. We're stuck on wishing mean people were kind and that liars would tell the truth and that rude people would be nice. And it's like, so I don't know, man. One thing I know for sure, like, if you expect more, if you demand more from yourself than you do from other people, that's a good way to start. You know what I'm saying? Like, on your adventure, because, to expect that someone's going to do something for you, like, they might, and maybe you're close, and then, cause I don't know, man. And it depends on how. There's some people, they'll talk to you in a way, they'll talk to someone else in a way, right? Like, let's say you have the potential to be famous, right? And then there's people that you're actually cool with them. You actually like these people that are talking to you, or this person. And they're putting so much pressure on you to, like, yo, when you make it, don't forget me, And it's like, it's almost like, the more they say that, the more you want to forget them, because you feel like they're saying that because they have ulterior motives. You know what I'm saying? Because they want something from you, and not because they want to celebrate your success with you. But once you're successful, they want you to give them something. You know what I mean? That's why they remind you over and over, yo, remember me, remember me. You know why people are begging to be remembered? I think subconsciously they know they're very forgettable people. They know that they don't sow seeds into your life. They know they don't spend time with you. They know that they don't, You know what I'm saying? Like, why else would someone beg you to remember them? You know, it's because there's probably nothing memorable about them. You know what I mean? And that's why they're just hoping that you remember them instead of just planting seeds, right? Or and just spending time and saying, yo, whatever way it goes, so be it. You know what I mean? Like if I do something for somebody and they look out, then so be it, you know? If I do something and they appreciate it, so be it. If they don't appreciate it, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I got a good friend and, I remember he told me, he said the best mindset to have is just, just praise God in all circumstances, when people love you, praise God. When people don't love you, praise God. Like, it was like when people feel like doing you a favor, praise God. When they don't, praise God. Like, but he was saying it in a way like whatever your religious belief is, saying it in a way where like life continues moving forward regardless of who doesn't want to reciprocate or be there for you or, whatever it might be. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, just that alone, that mindset alone, it could kill so much depression. Like 80% of the world's depression would be dead with just that alone. Like if I have how many men are so damn insecure and they feel incomplete without a woman? They feel like they need a woman to be complete. It's like, bro, like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? Because if you think like that, then you're going to be an emotional vacuum. And then when you get into your relationship, you won't have something to give. You'll have something to need. You know what I mean? You'll be a needs driven person and you'll have nothing valuable to give to a person, you know what I'm saying? And just, how many men think they need a girl or how many, just, or women that think they need a dude, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but if you would just tell yourself, yo, like, if I have a boyfriend, cool. If not, cool. If I have a girlfriend, cool. If not, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? And being adaptable, just important. But anyways, yeah, sometimes you're going to do a lot of things for a person and they don't consider you. Sometimes you're going to give a person over $500 and they make a big deal over giving you $5. Maybe, like maybe there's you in a jam and you need like $25. And then you're going to be like, yo, you can't give me $25 after I gave you 500. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just how it is with some people, because let me tell you why they're like that. Because they don't have an abundant mindset. They have a scarcity mindset. Anytime they give you $5, they feel like they're taking from themselves. And that scarcity mindset makes them, selfish with what they have, or just not want to, and it's crazy, like, because in the Bible, like there's principles that say like, I've been hearing it a lot from some of my friends. They were saying, if you want to get rich, start tithing, if you want to get rich, start giving away money, which seems like the opposite, you would think, yeah, like human wisdom would say, if you want to get rich, save some, invest, but he was like, yeah, you want to get rich, start tithing. You want to, there's a lot of inverse things in the Bible. Like if you want to live, you have to die, like in terms of, dying to yourself and becoming a new creation, like, because baptism, like what baptism is supposed to be, when you go under the water, you're supposed to come out of the water a new creation, a new mindset, you know what I mean? And there's a scripture that says, unless the seed dies, it bears no fruit and it abides alone, you know what I mean? So once the seed gets planted into the ground, first it dies and then it becomes what it's supposed to, but first the seed has to die, and just a lot of stuff like that. This like, it's inverse to what we would think is logical. So, yo, like your boy that you're waiting on him to make it so that when he makes it, he could put you on. I'm just letting you know, he might not, like, you know what I'm saying? He might forget everybody that he told everyone that he said he'd be there for, like one day they just might mean nothing to him, like everything around you is subject to change. And I think that's why, the Bible says, keep your mind on things up high, because, everything you can see is subject to change. The people around you, circumstances, like, so when you keep a heavenly perspective, right, and you're focused on that, the things that you can't see because they're eternal, but the things that you could see, they're rapidly fading away. You know what I mean? Because there's other things that are inverse. Let me, like, we as humans, we think that, yo, we're supposed to be dependable people. Like, yo, I should be able to count on you. The Bible says never put your hope in a man. You know what I mean? It never says never put your trust, never put your hope in a man. Why? Because man is not where you get where your blessing is going to come from. That's not where your strength is going to come from. That's not that people don't help you, but you know what I'm saying? And maybe sometimes people help you for a season or they stick around for a season, but everything is subject to change. You know what I mean? And the more enthusiasm you put on, it must be this way, it has to be this way. Like when I go to work, my coworkers need to be kind, or, you know what I'm saying? Like when I'm driving in traffic, people need to not cut me off. Now my phone about to die. What's up, Tony? What's going on, bro? Give me 1 second. Hope it doesn't die. I made it just in time. All right, so yeah, bro. You know, um, sometimes people look out, but I've seen this. I've seen this a lot. I've seen a lot of people that have potential, and people that I don't want to say they have no potential, but maybe they're insecure. They just don't know their worth. So they're just holding on to everything around them, hoping that what I'm saying, hoping that something pulls them out of their circumstance. Like I said, like this one guy, like this one rapper dude, he thinks that if I make it big, then I'm gonna remember him. And we didn't even build that. We did one song together. And I don't know if he thinks that me doing one song with him is enough for me to like, you know what I mean? But it's like, bro, like, I don't consider you my brother yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I met you one time. We hung out for like an hour or two, and you think that that moment's gonna mean so much to me that when I get somewhere, I'm gonna help you out. Like, yeah, I mean, if I help you out, it's because I feel like it, but not because I owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? Not because I'm indebted to you, not because you did me a favor or because I'm doing you a favor. You know what I'm saying? It's like because it's coming from the heart. Like, so yeah, man. Everything that people do is always because they want to do it. Like, so many people crying about like people that don't love them. As if you have any control over that. You can't make people love you. Sometimes the person that you have no interest in loves you the most, and you're like, damn. And then the person that you're passionate about could give a damn about you, couldn't give a fuck less about you as a person. And you're probably thinking, how come the girl that's like obsessed with me that I can't stand, how come that level of passion, how come I can't receive that passion from the girl I'm interested in? Like, I don't know, like she's not into you the way that the girl that's obsessed with you is into you. So sometimes the people that are giving you attention are the people you want no attention from. And a person's who you wish you could have their attention even for a moment. You know what I'm saying? For you, when it comes to you, they're always busy. And so anyways, yeah, man, it's things that, there's so many things that we can't control, and just dwelling on it doesn't give us control. I think the only control we have is accepting, so having like, the serenity prayer, like God gave me the strength to change the things that I could. I forgot how it goes. It's like, give me the strength to change the things that I could. And then something about knowing the difference between the things that I could change and the things that I can't change, something like that, which is, one of the best. That's a really good prayer. So, yeah, man, like you got to develop your skill set. You gotta find out how to be an asset to yourself, because thinking that people are going to come through and save you is like, it's crazy, man. I mean, it's nice to like hope, and it's nice but to expect is like, all you're going to do is like, if they do get to where they want to be, you're going to be so toxic in your relationship with them, because every time you hit them up, right? Like, let's say they don't answer their phone call, like they get famous or whatever. 5 months later, you leave a couple voicemails, and you sound angrier and angrier and angrier on each of your voicemails, as if they're obligated to respond to you. And now you wonder why you don't get a response. It's like, bro, and this is why, like, get a set of skills, you know what I'm saying? Learn how to bring value to the marketplace. Learn how to become, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to do a different podcast, but, it was on my heart to do this subject. But the podcast I was going to do was about, like, jobs, they don't pay you for your time. They pay you for the value that you bring within that time. If they paid you for your time, you could just clock in for 8 hours, go to your job and do nothing. And, or you wouldn't even have to go to work. You just get paid $20 an hour. But it's like, and I get that it takes time to create value, but nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Like, the question to ask, like, financially is like this, the podcast I was going to do, it was going to be more about money, but it's like, the question to ask is, how can I bring double the amount of value to the marketplace in half amount of time? And you got to just think to yourself, like, if you're making $10 an hour, is there someone making $20 an hour? Is there someone in the world making $40, $80 an hour? You know what I'm saying? The only difference between that person and you is not that they're a superstar. It's not that they have, you know what I'm saying? Not that they have special genes, or like, you know what I mean? Or they inherited like some Einstein genius that you can't acquire. It's none of that. It's just that They bring more value, more perceived value to the marketplace than you do. You know what I'm saying? And to the marketplace, if you make $10 an hour, then that's what you're worth to the market. Like, of course you're worth more than that to your mother, to your community, to your friends. But to the marketplace, you're doing a job that anybody could do. And that's why it's $8 an hour. And that was the significance, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, in getting certificates and degrees, is because once you get that, now you're certified to make 27, $37 an hour, because you have a specialty in something. And specialties are few and far in between. Not everybody's a specialist, but a lot of people are, they could be if you're a jack of all trade, if there's a lot of people that are jacks of all trades, those are, you know what I mean? There's no scarcity of that. You know what I mean? So the market could pick up anybody that has that ability. But when you have a specialty, when you have a degree, when you have, so that's why, and degrees are definitely not as worth as much as they used to be at some point. But anyways, so yeah, man, like you gotta stop being bitter when people don't want to do for you. You know what I'm saying? No one owes you nothing, start having a mindset that even if I do 1,000 favors for a friend, if he never wants to pay me back, learn how to be cool with that. Learn how to be cool with giving and not getting anything back, because the way that this world blesses you, your blessings don't come back from the same, from the same avenue. Sometimes it does, but a lot of times it'll come back from a different direction, a direction you didn't even expect. And while you're sitting there bitter because you gave someone $100 and now they changed their number, moved to a new state, and changed their ID and all that, while you sitting there bitter about that, it's like, bro, like you're gonna get rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Like your giving is not gonna go overlooked. So. I don't know. It's just better. Like I remember I was listening to a Les Brown tape, and he was talking about a situation. I forgot what the situation was, but he was like, "He who cares less wins." But he was referring to, sometimes we care so much about things that it does nothing but emotionally drain us. And I think there's something in regards to that. He said, "He who cares less wins." So I don't know, like I'll give you an example, like gossip. So many people are hurt over gossip and who's saying what about you, So that's an example where that quote would like be effective, He who cares less wins. If you care less about rumors, you caring less about rumors than someone that cares all about it, like your day will be a lot better than their day. Why? Because as soon as they hear someone's talking about them, they don't know how to not throw a fit over that. Right? Because people are doing things that they don't believe they're allowed to do, and anger comes from believing that people don't have rights. You know what I'm saying? Like if someone speaks to you in a certain way, you know why you're mad? You think they don't have the right to use that tonality, to use those words, to say that phrase, to talk to you like they're your dad or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like in your mind, you're like, man, I can't believe this person, the audacity, the nerve of this person. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I just believe everyone has rights to do whatever. Like, and that's why for me, that's why people don't make me mad. Like, yeah, there's a designated path for people. Yeah, there's things that if we all did, if we were all loving, if we were all kind, forgiving, charitable and, caring, sharing of our time, of our money, the world would be a better place. But, just people have free will, and I've just learned to accept that. I've learned to accept that you don't have to use your free will the way that I think you should, or the way that I wish. I don't even have a wish for how you should you do what you want. You know what I mean? Because when we all die, like I don't have to account for the messed up things people do. You know what I'm saying? Like when I stand before God, I'm there by myself, and it's not going to be about why somebody doesn't want to be the best version of themselves. That's between them and God, and I wish them well. Like I wish everybody would be the best version of themselves. But I just, you know what I'm saying? It's so time consuming to sit here dwelling about who doesn't want to become what, and who's wasting their life, and who's banging who, and who's talking about who, and who, bruh, none of that, you know what I'm saying? I don't think any of that ever interests me. Like even in high school, man, I think even in high school, I was thinking like, man, we're so fascinated with the details of each other's life, but for what reason? Like, we want to know shit just to know shit. It doesn't benefit us to know it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of useless information, like when you dump a bunch of garbage into your brain, you can't expect to have you know what I'm saying? Like an amazing, positive lifestyle, dynamic lifestyle, and all you do is watch TMZ and MTV, you know what I'm saying? And, I remember I was listening to Jim Rohn once, and he was like, one of the biggest mistakes humans make is they want to drive an above average car. They want to live in an above average house, above average neighborhood, You know, they want to have above average income. They want to have above average money without becoming an above average person. And he was like, that's one of the most ridiculous things you could do is want all the things that are above average, but yet you yourself, you don't want to become above average, because once you become above average, that's when you deserve all those things. I heard Ty Lopez once say on a YouTube advertisement, he said, many people want things, but to get what you want, you must first deserve what you want. And many people don't deserve what they want. They just want things for no reason, you know? And it was powerful, So, I used to watch quite a few, not a lot of Ty Lopez videos, but that dude has a lot of wisdom, from the books that he read and stuff. He's always quoting other people, but I've learned quite a few things from Ty, But broke people, when they watch Ty Lopez videos, they can't get over how broke they are, and they just get mad seeing someone rich. So they can't even consume the content that would make them better people. They just watch his advertisements and just get mad because he has a Lambo and they don't, or because he's teaching people how to make money online. And you know what I'm saying? And listen, bro, another thing about that, this is random. I'm going off on a lot of topics, but when you see people rich and successful, you getting mad at them, that does nothing to better your situation, bro. That's going to keep you broke. It's going to keep you bitter. It's going to keep you having nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you see someone that has something you don't, the best position for you to be in is to be curious, is to be curious and to want to ask questions. You know what I'm saying? Like, as to how can that be possible for you? Because getting mad at people that have more than you, jealousy is one of the corniest emotions. Is it an emotion? I don't know. Feelings, I guess. Jealousy is like, bro, it's such a waste of time. It just comes from laziness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew a person who, his father liked me more than him, and I don't think he liked that very much, because he's like, yo, this is my dad. Like, I'm sure in his mind he's like, my dad should like me. But he was a very religious person, the type to tell people you're going to hell when you die. You need to stop this. And it's like, bro, who enjoys being told they're going to hell all the time? So yeah, even though you're his, like, that's your father. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I notice about people, even with little kids, like 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, yo, if you be kind to a kid, that fucking kid will follow you everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll wait he'll know what time you're coming home, and he can't wait. Like, he'll wait at the door like a puppy or some shit. Like, because the kid loves you, wants to play catch with you, knows that you're always in a mood to be around him, knows that you're kind. You know what I'm saying? But vice versa. Like, if you're always in a shitty mood, you know what I'm saying? Because you hate your job and you're always telling a kid, get the hell out of my face, or you're always, like, you know what I mean? It'll have a inverse effect where the kid locks himself in the room. You know what I mean? Like, we take it so personal when we make ourselves unlikable people and no one wants to be around us. But the truth is, you do that to a 3-year-old kid, the fucking 3-year-old kid won't like you either. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's something I've always wondered. Like, why do we make ourselves unlikable people and then question why no one fucking likes us? You know what I'm saying? Like, and sometimes I think maybe we just don't have the self-awareness to see how our actions are being perceived, or to see how our tonality, like the words that you say, what type of negative impact is having. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like, I know what it's like to, like, not want to be around someone so bad that you lock yourself. Bro, there was a time in my life where I disliked my stepdad so bad that when he was in a house, I didn't even I didn't leave my door, right? I didn't walk out of my room to go to the bathroom, bro. Cause, like, I just didn't want to see him, because I knew if I saw him, I wasn't even going to say good morning. I was going to just walk past him. So I kept an empty gallon of fucking Poland Spring water. Well, it was an empty gallon. And I used to piss in it in my room because I didn't want to go to the bathroom, because I didn't like him that much that I just didn't want to see his face. You know what I mean? There was a time in my life where for a year straight, every time I made eye contact with him, I walked past him like he was a ghost. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know exactly why I did it. I mean, I had my justifications for why. But now looking back, it's because I was offended. You know what I'm saying? It's because he had a personality that I didn't like, or that I didn't feel he had the right to have, or just, it was a lot of pride on my side. Now that my mindset has changed, I'm more on some, like, yo, you be whoever you want to be, man. Like, but I choose to be a person that you have no negative impact on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's just the type of person I want to be, But yeah, man. And there was another situation. I was living with somebody, and I knew what time this person came home. They came home at 6 p.m. and I made sure that I was in my room at 5:45 or whatever. I made sure that I showered. I made sure that I ate food. I made sure if I needed water, I brought that into my room. Just because I didn't want to be around this person, because I didn't like their energy. But the truth is, I was unable to handle their energy because there was some things that I wasn't grounded in, you know? now I feel like if I'm ever in that situation again, I want to embrace it and be around unlikable people, unlovely people, you know, because that's how I grow as a person. You know what I mean? And it just impacts people so heavy when they're just spewing out venom and you're just not being poisoned by it at all. Like your day is smooth and your day is like, you know, there's so much subliminal impact that has on people to the point where they'll come back to you and they'll become changed people because, you know, like they'll spaz on you and they'll give you every right to spaz on them back, like in the natural, in the flesh, but yet you don't because, you know, because you're patient, because you don't take an account of a suffered wrong, because you don't, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't take it personal, because you take your relationship with God more personal than the way people behave or your expectations on how you think people should behave. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. And so it's just I just learned a lot, you know, over the years that I wish I've known sooner. I wish someone said. I don't really hear people talk about this stuff. That's why, you know, I try to do as many podcasts as I can. You know, I find it to be a moral obligation within myself to, if I know something, to share it, if it's of use, if it could be of use or help to someone else. You know what I mean? So just try to be that person that for other people that nobody was for me, you know? So yeah, man. And that's why I do these podcasts, but I don't know where the hell I was going with these topics. But anyways, give me a sec. What's up, Catherine? What's up, Karina? Great way to be. Yeah, I hear you, bro. Yeah, man. And it's just crazy. Like, I was so offended by somebody I used to live with that this person wanted to kill themselves, and I didn't even care, bro. Like, you know, and it just, I'm more mad at myself than I am at the person, because it's like, how can I let myself be so defiled by my own opinion of somebody to the point where I avoid them and I lock myself in a room. They're suicidal and I can't even help them. And that's why all this positive shit that I talk about, I had to get my mind right. I had to get fortified. I have to become someone that you can't bother, so that you don't have the right to have negative impact on my life. But all I could do is uplift you, you know what I'm saying? And while people are trying to bring me down, I'm bringing them up, you know? And it takes mental fortitude. It takes for you to believe that people have the right to say whatever they feel like saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know a person who someone posted about their marriage on Facebook, how they don't agree with their marriage, and they got so triggered by that, you know? But it's like, yo, you only got triggered because you think that people don't have the right to talk shit about your marriage. And it's like, but who are you to try to decide for people what conversations they should be having? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, can you imagine if Beyonce or LeBron James or whoever famous person, they tried to monitor every conversation that happens about around behind their back? Like, yo, they would never be successful. You know what I'm saying? Like, and these are the type of things that fucking keep us broke, man. Like, just worrying about who's doing what. And it's like, bro, you know, we obtain knowledge that just doesn't suit you to have. It doesn't benefit you to have. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like if you ask a girl, like, who's the new dude that she's banging, like, how does that put money in your pocket? How does that pay your bills? How does that make you a better person? How does that, you know what I'm saying? So all this unnecessary information that we be requesting to know. And it's like, bro, you know, so that's why, I don't know, man. Like, I'm just not interested in who you're having sex with or who you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if that conversation happens, cool, but it'll never be because I was curious and I was trying to, like, you know what I'm saying, pry for information that just doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? To me anyways. So anyways, yeah, man. So I don't know where I want to go with this, but yeah, man, like, work, if you have talents, work on developing your talents, you know, like, to the best of your ability. Try to become the best version of yourself, you know. And I don't know what you're good at, you know. I don't know if you're a musician. I don't know if you like basketball. Yo, if you love basketball, bro, like, run all the time, like, dribble all the time, and, you know what I'm saying, really try to make it, like, because I want to tell you about a verse that's in the Bible. It says your talents will make room for you. You know, your talent will make room for you. Nowhere in the fucking Bible does it say other people that are considerate and generous will make room for you because they want to do you a favor. You know what I'm saying? So while we're out here sitting on our hands, waiting for people to do us favors because we think that that's the way the world is supposed to work, meanwhile, the Bible says your talent will make room for you. That's why when I meet people that don't want to do me a favor, I have no animosity towards them. You don't fucking owe me anything in the first place. Like, I'll wake up in the morning like, you don't owe me a thing, you know? Like, this is like kind of like a daily. I haven't done it in a while, maybe because it's embedded into my head now. But I used to wake up in the morning. First, I would thank God for the day, and I would say, God, no one owes me love. No one owes me a response. No one has to return text messages. No one has to call me. No one has to be considerate. I don't need nothing from nobody in order for me to be emotionally stable today. You know what I mean? And I would just say that so many times. It became my reality. You know how emotionally unstable I used to be? It's because I thought people owed me shit. You know what I'm saying? So now that I just reverse my thinking, it has an inverse impact. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like, first I went from thinking that people owe me stuff, always being disappointed because I'm not getting what I'm owed and now I have issues, to now you don't owe me shit and now I'll never have issues. You know what I'm saying? Or if whatever issue I'll have, it won't be because of a person not doing me right. You know what I'm saying? What does it matter if you do me right if I'm not alive for you to do me right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what does it matter if you do me like, no, what does it matter if you do me wrong if I'm not alive for you to do me right? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I wake up to be the best version of myself and try to give and be compassionate and loving towards people, how could me and you ever have a problem? Imagine if you woke up in the morning for that same reason. You know what I'm saying? Relationships wouldn't be manipulative. It wouldn't be abusive. Yo, and this is random, right? I don't even know where I'm going with this next topic, but growing up as a kid, Monday through Friday, right? I had the house to myself. My parents would leave 6 in the morning, Monday, come back Friday night, 10 p.m. So all of those days in between, I had the whole house to myself. And because I lived in Pennsylvania, they worked in New York City. And it was just so much freedom where I could have had a lot more parties. I didn't really have parties. I mean, a couple friends came over here and there, but all my friends made fun of me, right? Because they was having a lot of sex with girls and I was just never that type of dude. Like, even now, like, I'm 29 and I've only had sex with like 4 girls total my whole life, because I was always like the type of dude I'd rather be in love. I'd rather actually give a fuck about you if we're gonna do that. So at least if we have an accidental kid, it's not like, oh fuck, man, why did it have to be with that girl? So many people sleeping with people that they just don't care nothing about. I just think that's weird. But my friends made fun of me because they got a lot more action than I did. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that I was incapable of getting that. I just wasn't interested. Like, I was just like, yo, because I never believed in, just, I didn't want to, the couple girls that I did have like a lot of sex with, I saw what it did to me as a person. Like, it came to a point where I started to care less about them as people and more about just the sex. And I was like, and then I was becoming everything that I didn't like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't like that guys did that to girls. I didn't like that, you know what I'm saying? And I always told myself that I would never become that. But I was slowly becoming that the more sex I would have. And I was like, and then so I just drew back. I was like, because I really want to value the person, just me as an individual. Anyways, all my friends, you'd imagine how typical men think about that. They're like, yeah, dude, you're fucking weird. You got the house to yourself. You should just bring some whores over and, do this and do that. And it's like, nah, bro, like, that's not, it just was never me. Like, and I just didn't believe in exploiting somebody for what I could get out of them. You know what I'm saying? And get a quick fix out of, I don't know. Like, and yeah, I don't know. I was heavy into porn though. I tell you that. I used to watch so much fucking porn. And, but I guess my justification for that was cause I like both of those things. I like morally, like I felt like it was a sin, but at least with the porn thing in my mind, I was like, at least I'm not, dragging people to hell with me. You know what I'm saying? At least I'm not taking hostages with me. You know what I'm saying? Cause I knew like premarital sex was wrong and, and I knew like, so I don't know, man, like I don't want to be sinning with people and then them have to face consequences of, so it was just a lot that went through my mind, that made me be a certain way, like different morals or standards or whatever, so yeah, man. Anyways, so I had the house to myself, like, and I could have did a lot, but I just, I didn't. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I was going somewhere with what I was saying, but I'm just, I don't know where that was going to go, but I think I'm done talking about that. But anyways, yeah, yo, I remember I met a girl, yo. I know a girl who actually got offended because I wouldn't have sex with her. She got mad. She got mad, but on top of that, she was like, oh, you must think I'm unattractive or you must not be into me that much. And it's like, yo, like, and those are the people. I was talking to my friend about that. He was like, those are the type of girls that, they be so damaged that sometimes it's just hard to repair them, man. Like, cause they think that if you like me, you'll have sex with me. And if you don't like me, then that's the reason you're not having sex with me, because you're not really into me. It's like, where did that shit come from? Like, that's not true. You know, it's just like, yo, I'm not having sex with you because I don't do that shit with everybody. You know, doesn't mean I don't think you're physically attractive or that you're beautiful or any of that. It just means that like, you know, it just means that I'm different. But according to the type of guys that she was used to, you know, I guess having sex meant you like me. So yeah, she actually got offended. I thought it was so weird, you know. But and it was other things that bothered her about me too. She was like, "Yo, you're too damn kind. I don't like it. You need to learn how to be mean." So it showed me the caliber of men that she would date. I guess assholes, you know. And she expected me to be that, and anything that's not what she's used to was just weird to her. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. But you know, so yeah. But one thing I was, you know, like I didn't have sex with a lot of girls, but damn, I was so needs driven, and I met a lot of dudes that were just out of touch with their emotions, or they felt like girls or something for expressing emotions or having them, and it was just weird, and so yeah, and then they would just have sex with so many girls that they just became numb to people, you know, in general. So yeah, and I just, you know, so yeah, I would see the effects that it did to people. Another thing, like as a kid, I remember it was a lot of angry ass people in my household, and I remember I hated anger. Like just I thought it was corny. You know, I didn't understand what caused it the way that I do now, but I just understood that I didn't want that in myself. You know, I saw people spaz over little shit, like you know what I'm saying, and you know, like everything that I've learned emotion wise, a lot of it came from this one guy. Actually, I'd love for you to look him up. Sometimes I mention his name in podcasts. His name is Dan Moeller, and he's such an amazing speaker, man. Like he speaks in a way that all the traps of life, all the psychological traps of where depression starts, and you know what'll get you depressed, or what'll get you, like, you know, the effects of selfishness or the effects of being manipulative. Like he'll bring in so many examples that if you watch enough of his videos, you can't hide from the truth, you know? Because like he'll speak in a way that his words expose your whole fucking lifestyle, you know? And that's good to the person that's willing to change, you know? But to the person that doesn't want to change, they're not going to like his videos, you know? Because it's exposing the effects of them being manipulative, what it's doing to their wife, and how the wife's making them feel towards. It's super deep, you know? I've learned so much, you know? He's more of a spiritual teacher than he is anything else, but I've learned a ton about emotions from him. And so yeah, Dan Moeller is his name. Another guy was Tony Robbins, yo. You know, like Tony Robbins, man. Um his videos are great. He has one video on YouTube. It's called, you can look it up. It's called How to Control Your Emotions Fast. Just type that in. You'll see a 2 hour Tony Robbins video. It looks pretty old, like 1985 or something, or 95. I don't know. Looks really old, but yeah, man. So, anyways, great way to be. What's up, Ariana? You owe you. Yeah, that's a good statement, Tony. You owe you. Yeah, man. So, you know, so if you want to be a millionaire, you know, go be one. Don't wait for your friend that has the potential to be a millionaire to become one, and you think that he's going to bail you out. He might, you know, or he might forget about you. And then what are you going to do? Sit there and be bitter and mad at the world? Like he doesn't owe you nothing, you know? Like if you're a millionaire, if your friend who has potential to become a millionaire becomes one, and then he gives you $100,000, it's not because he's known you for 15 years, or because he's obligated to give that, or because he's looking out. You know what I'm saying? Well, it might be because, you know, because you gave him $500 in the past, or $1,000 in the past. Like, you know, some people return the favor, and they want to show you gratitude, but not everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. I don't want. I just hope people don't position themselves to be so let down, man, by people. You know, because yeah, I don't know, man. Like just having expectations, man. It's just on other people, you know? Like it's way better to expect something from yourself, to live up to your expectation of what you want to be, because that's the only thing you have control over, you know what I'm saying? And that's why the serenity prayer is good. Like, Lord, give me the wisdom to understand the things that I could change and the things that I can't change. You know, the wisdom to know the difference between the two. Because sometimes you try to change shit that you can't change. And the things that you can change, you don't try to change. For example, like, I know this one dude that he's vegan, and he's always complaining that he's like, yo, meat eaters are so stupid, because he'll tell people the negative effects of eating meat, and they'll just like, whatever, I'm about to eat a ham sandwich right now. Like they'll say that, like mocking him, and he'll get mad. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't know, because but he has expectations on a conversation like panning out a certain way, and that's why he's always mad. And he's busy trying to fix other people. Like humans are stupid. Like meat eaters should be vegan. It's always other people should be this. And it's like, bro, like why don't you become something? Like why don't you become the change that you want to see in this world instead of complaining about the people that don't want to make a change as if they're obligated. No one's obligated to fucking change, man. Like, free will. We could do what in the hell we feel like doing. Like, what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that that's without consequence. Like, so I had an atheist person ask me once. He was like, "How do you have free will if like once you start doing what you want, if God's gonna send you to hell for that? That doesn't sound like free will to me." And then someone else mentioned to me, I think they said libertarian free will, which is I think free will without consequences, like punching a police officer in the face and there being no ramifications for your actions. But it's like, yeah, you can punch a cop in the face, if you want to. Just be prepared to go to jail right after, or get tased, or get shot, depending on what type of mood he's in. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, man. But yeah, my vegan friend is just so mad at people that eat meat, and it's like, bro, 80%, more than 80% of America does that. 90%. It's like you're trying to convert the whole world to what you believe in. And this is another trap that we fall into. We spend hours convincing people to see to see our dream, to believe in it. And this is why when we become entrepreneurs, we suck. This is why no one wants to be a salesman, because you think for you to sell your product, you have to fucking beg people to see the value in your product. You don't beg people to see the value. Yo, like when PlayStation sells PlayStations, you think they're in the streets begging people to see the value in video game entertainment? No. People that are already interested in video games are going to play it. People that are already interested in video games, they heard of Xbox, they've heard of GameCube, they heard of Nintendo and all these other, companies that sell video games. It's just a different platform. But they're not begging. They're not trying to convert people into something they're not. They're not taking 59-year-old grandmothers and trying to sell them PlayStations. It's like, they just advertise and whoever likes the shit buys it. And that's it. Like, you know what I mean? But we spend so much time trying to convert the unconvertible, and we just fail. Like not only as salesmen, but just as people, man. Like sometimes you might be sitting there with your wife and you're just really trying to get her on board with an idea that you have that she believes sucks. And you're going to spend the next 3 hours trying to convince her that your idea makes sense, and it's like, yo, you got to realize there's things that make sense to you that it just won't make sense to other people unless you find other people that are like you, that are like-minded. And that's the key right there, because anything you could possibly like, there's millions of people that like the same thing. Anything, like, any drawing that you could paint that I might think is shitty, there's millions of people that'll disagree with me and they'll purchase your drawing and hang it on their wall and shit. You know what I'm saying? But we get so mad at the 4 people that don't agree in us being artistic, or in us being musical, or in us being funny. And, we just put so much value on 4 people's opinions when there's billions of people on this damn planet that would like your content or whatever you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? So, what's going on, Rudy? What's up, bro? So yeah, man, if someone tells you suck, that you got to understand that's according to their subjective point of view. I've met a lot of artists that I don't like their music, but one thing I don't do to people, I don't say shit like, oh, I don't like your music, therefore the whole planet won't like it. Like, who am I to say what this planet won't like? There's too many people for me to generalize everyone on the planet and say, since I dislike it, no one else is going to like it. I remember I met this one dude that used to try to do that. Cause, when I was on, you're so right, Robert. Oh, what's up, Don? Hey, Carlos. Oh man, so many people tonight. What's going on, everybody? You're so right, Robert. I was talking with a business with someone, and the guy who claims to be my friend came over and started talking shit about my deal to the person I was talking to. He knows he has no potential, so he messed with mine. Yeah, man, trying to take your customer. So he wants to talk bad about your company so that people could see the value in his. People like that always lose. Like, you're never going to be a successful businessman. Taking other business ideas and shooting them down is the same energy you could spend building yourself up, or building your business up, or building other people up. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but I forgot where I was a second ago. I wish I could rewind what I just said and hear it and then go back and start from there. But anyways, Yeah, man. Anyways, there's a lot of things when people say something, it's according to their subjective point of view, man. It doesn't have to piss you off, you know? Like it doesn't have to make you mad that you wrote a song that so what? One person doesn't like it. And so what that that one person happens to be your best friend in the world, you know? And here's what was crazy about life. Like we'll get so discouraged, we'll stop writing music, right? Or like, you know, like four of your best friends don't like your song, and that was the one song that could have put you on the map. That was the one song that people could have known you for. That was the one song that could have got you out of poverty. That was the one song that from the money you was going to get from that one song, you could have bought your mother a house. But you want to listen to the opinion of four people that their opinion don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It only matters because you tell yourself. There's so many things in this world that matter because you communicate to yourself that it matters, but not because it actually matters. For example, I used to think whether or not people return my text messages matter. You know what changed between then and now? The way I communicate to myself is different. Now I communicate to myself that if I send you a text message and you take 10 years and you still don't respond, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So I went from communicating to myself, if you don't text me back, that's an issue. And now I have issues to if you don't ever text me back, I don't care because I'm too busy, you know, trying to live a purpose driven life, trying to figure out what am I supposed to do before I die, trying to figure out all of my potential, trying to unlock all that I am and give that away to people. You know what I'm saying? Trying to give of my time, of my money. You know what I'm saying? Busy tithing, busy meeting brothers in Christ, trying to get into the word. I'm busy, like you see what I mean? So yo, like when you have stuff that you want to accomplish, you just won't have time to be bitter, to be, you know what I'm saying, to be sad about who doesn't want to do what for you because you have so much to accomplish in such a small window of time. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Jesus died when he was 33, but what an impactful life he lived. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then there's people that'll die at 95 and, you know, their life, like, you know, they won't accomplish anything. And that's crazy to think about, right? How one person could die at 33 and accomplish so much, and another person could die at 95 and accomplish nothing. And at 95, when they die, they don't even know what they were created for. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know if there's a God. They don't even know what's the purpose of life. They don't even know. And it's like, bruh, like, you know, so you use your time wisely, you know? So I don't know, man. I just know for me, I don't want to spend all of my time being bitter and it's just wasted time. So because I did that enough, man. I did that for like 6 years straight, crying over some girl that doesn't love me, wishing that she did, as if me wishing that she did is gonna compel her to love me or something. You know what I'm saying? So, because after years and years of wishing, guess what? She still don't give a damn. You know? So it's like, what am I gonna do? Like make her care about me? So yeah, man. Anyways, so yeah, man. Sometimes people just they won't agree with your ideas, and if all you know how to do is argue with them and make them feel bad because they don't agree with you, how can you ever have, you know what I'm saying, like conversations with people like they're normal without it turning into an argument, you know? And you're going to bring that, if you bring that energy into every relationship, a lot of people are going to cut you off and you're going to think that there's something wrong with the people and fail to analyze yourself. We're always pointing at other people, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know, and you know, and when it comes to empathy and self-awareness, I don't know if self-awareness could be taught. I don't know if you could teach people to look more at themselves than they do at other people, you know, criticize yourself more than you do other people, you know, because that's what you have control over. That's what you could change. That's what you could improve. That's what you could fix is you know? So, I think that's the best place to start. You know, I think it's way better to become the change that you want to see in the world instead of complaining about the changes people refuse to make. So yeah, getting back to like my vegan friend, he would get so mad at people that don't want to convert, or people not maybe not so much people that don't want to convert, but people that would just didn't want to hear him out. I remember when he would talk about his vegan foods, he would go out of his way to mention that it's vegan. He's like, he would tell, like, he would be eating something on a phone. No one asked him what he's eating, right? But he'll be like, yo, I'm eating a vegan chocolate right now, or I'm eating a vegan ice cream right now. It's really good. And everybody's like, okay, like, who asked you? Right? You know, and he would try to like spark a conversation and try to like make it go that direction and try to get people to like see the value in it, like, you know. um and I know I like a lot of the excuses that people have for not being vegan was probably like price, right? They don't, because vegan food, bro, is expensive. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they'll get scared away just by the price alone. They're like, I don't know if I want to, you know. But at the same time, it's like, in his mind, he'd be like, bro, but it's your life. You don't want to invest more money into having a longer life or blah blah blah. But so yeah, he would just get so mad when people would talk about they want to have a hamburger or they want to eat one in front of him because he was super triggered. And here's the thing about being mad, man, because like when you're just angry, people that feel like having fun, because there's people that enjoy making other people mad. Like the highlight of their life is making you upset. You know what I'm saying? And if you come around people that's what amuses them is seeing you frustrated, boy, they're gonna have a ballpark with you. You know what I'm saying? Because like they know exactly what buttons to push. You know what I'm saying? And then yeah, man, you're just gonna be a sitting duck for adversity and for problems, and you're gonna wonder why is this happening, and and it's like bro, because you have triggers, and you think that for your life to be better, people need to respect your buttons and not push them. But life would be better if you had no buttons to be pushed. You say stuff like, people get under my skin. Bro, get new skin. Get new skin that people can't get under. People get on my nerves. Get new nerves. Once you get new nerves, people can't get under them anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that comes from you just being patient, man, loving people, not taking an account of a suffered wrong, and just believing that people have the right to have whatever personality they have, and you don't have to agree with them. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to go out of your way to make war with people that don't want to see things the way that you do. So yeah, and I seen that a lot in the entrepreneurial world. Just people trying to begging people. Like, why are you begging somebody to join your business opportunity? Why are you begging somebody to sign up? And you know what I'm saying? So all the commercials I could think about, no one's begging anybody. You know what I'm saying? McDonald's, when they make their commercials, they're not begging you to go buy their burgers. They're just showing what they have to offer, and interested people buy. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation commercials, interested people buy. Like Minecraft commercials, I hate that game, but interested people buy. Whatever it is. So I don't think there's one thing in the world that's for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what idea, no matter what topic, no matter what, there's always somebody on the other. Give me 1 second, bro. Connection's like sort of fading. Thanks, man. You're right. I'm not even going to be mad at this guy now. He is where he is. I don't need to waste my energy in bitterness. Yeah, man. And if he keeps that energy, he's gonna stay broke, man. Like, So I don't know. He doesn't realize, yo, and he might not realize what that's doing to him. Cause yo, bro, like I used to look at people as certain people, like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit. This guy's an asshole. I stopped doing that. I don't give myself permission to do that. Because if I do that, it puts me into a state of mind that I don't want to be in. Anger, frustration, which stems from expectation for other people to be something that I want them to be, as if they're alive to please me. No one wakes up for me. You know what I'm saying? Nor should I expect you to wake up and be what I need you to be for me to be okay. That makes me an emotional liability to every person I come around. You know what I'm saying? And I just that what I said in 30 seconds, bro, that could have changed my life 8 years ago. I wish I knew that. So for this guy, right? Like when if he says stuff like, man, people should join my business opportunity, it's like, yo, if you're an entrepreneur, stop using the word should in sentences. Just don't throw that word out the window. Should and shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Because let me give you an example of how using the word should and shouldn't as an entrepreneur could kill you in business. You know what I'm saying? This is more than just relationship, emotional stuff that I'm talking. Like, all right, Dollar Shave Club, right? Versus Gillette, right? Dollar Shave Club comes out. They got blades for $1. Gillette laughs them out the room and thinks that no one's going to buy that because they're like, like we think that our customer value our blades more because our blades, give me a second. Our blades are 1/16 of an inch closer shave. It's like, bro, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck about that. Like, you know why Dollar Shave Club was so popular? Because it's a fucking dollar. You know what I'm saying? No one cares that it's 1/8, 1/16 of an inch closer. Like, yo, where can I get a blade for $1? Like, you know what I mean? So they went from thinking, yo, this is what my customer should value, is that it's 1/16th of an inch, instead of being empathetic and finding out what your customer actually values by asking them questions. You know what I mean? Because then you'll put a product out into the world thinking that, oh, people should